Hey all, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren, of course. I know it's been a while, guys. I've had a couple weeks off. Actually, just now recovering from COVID. Just got over COVID today and still feeling kind of out of it, but tested negative. But it's Christmas Eve today, Christmas dinner tomorrow. I'm actually prepping this A5 Japanese Wagyu brisket flat. That's what's going to be part of our Christmas dinner tomorrow. I got it from Crowd Cow. It's the Kagashima A5 Japanese Wagyu. That's been sitting in the freezer for about 3 weeks, and I took it out a few days ago to thaw out. We're gonna cook this thing sous vide at 135 degrees for 24 hours. We're gonna finish it on the smoker tomorrow, get some smoke to it. All right, sous vide, medium rare, A5 Wagyu brisket. I'll be back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, guys, so this here is, like I said, A5 Japanese Wagyu from Crowd Cow. It's not American Wagyu, it's not the cheap stuff. This stuff is, so it's an expensive piece of meat. It's very well marbled, as you can see. Now they come pre-trimmed, but I did trim a little bit more of the fat off, but you can see just how well marbled that is. The serrations of the internal fat. I did trim a little bit more off because we're gonna sous vide this, but I did keep a little bit more of that fat cap on the back here. But as you can see, you can kind of still see how well marbled that is. I'll show you the side cut there as well. So what we're gonna do with this, like I said, we're gonna sous vide it at a lower temperature. I wanna cook this around medium rare at 135 degrees for about 24 hours. And what that's gonna be able to do is cook the meat all the way through. Now, even though this is a brisket flat, which is normally a tough piece of meat on a regular American Angus or cow or steer, with Wagyu, it's gonna be a little bit more tender because of the well marbled fat. So normally I would go 36 to 48 hours on a regular brisket flat, but I'm only gonna do 24 on this one because I think it'll be just fine because of all the marbling in here. When we get done with the sous vide bath after 24 hours, we're gonna take it out. We're gonna put it on the pellet grill to get some smoke. We're gonna chill it first because I don't want it to go over the 135 degrees. I wanna serve it medium rare. So we're gonna chill it down, put it on the smoker wet to get some smoke to it while it's heating back up and rendering a little bit more of that fat. And then we're gonna finish it up and serve it up for Christmas dinner. I thought I'd do something special for Christmas this year, especially since the release of my seasonings and sauces. So we're gonna use the black garlic and coffee seasoning. I'm not gonna put a whole ton of this on there, especially since we're gonna sous vide it. The salt in this seasoning is gonna brine the meat really well. The coffee and the black pepper and the garlic and the black garlic is not really going to penetrate the meat while it's cooking. It's just going to coat it, the surface, and we're going to put a little bit more on after it comes out of the bag. So I'm primarily seasoning this up so the salt can slow brine while it's cooking in the bath. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and bag this up, vacuum seal it, put it in the sous vide, which I already got going at 135 degrees. And I'll see you guys in 24 hours. So A5, brisket flat, Japanese Wagyu, Christmas dinner, 135 degrees, medium rare. Can't wait to try it. I'll be back. See you guys in about 24 hours. All right, guys, I'm back. It's been 24 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and take the brisket flat out of the sous vide bath. We're gonna put it in the ice bath. It's gonna sit here and cool down for a couple hours. Then we're gonna toss it on the smoker when it gets closer time for dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this out. It's ready to go. It's only cooked up to 135 degrees, so it's gonna be a perfect medium rare. It's not gonna cook anymore. And when we get it into the smoker, we're gonna make sure we monitor the temperature so that it doesn't go over the 135. That's it, guys. It's gonna sit here for about 2 or 3 hours before we put it on the smoker. I'll be back. All right, guys, it's been a couple hours now. This is chilled all the way through. There was still ice in the ice bath, so I know it's stayed within under 40 degrees. I got the Rectech Bullseye Deluxe up to 225. We're just gonna do the low and slow, just enough to get it up to that 135 again. I'm gonna put the temp probe from the Rectech in the meat to monitor it. But like always, when I'm sous vide and barbecue anything, smoking something after I sous vide it, I'm gonna put this on wet. So I'm gonna take it right out of the bag here. I'm not gonna pat it dry. If this was a steak or a roast that I wanted to get a good sear on, I would go ahead and dry it off really well. But since we want to get some smoke to this, I'm literally just gonna leave it wet. You can do whatever you want with your bag juices here. You can save them, make sauce out of them. Anything you want to do, you can freeze them for later. I'm just gonna go ahead and put those aside for now. I'm gonna take a little bit more of my black garlic and coffee seasoning. Just make sure I get a good coating of that all over. We are gonna render a little bit more of this fat on the smoker. I'm gonna put it on this, I got it on this pan with a rack, keeping it up off the bottom of the pan. And hopefully within an hour and a half or so, it will get that internal temperature back up to the 135. We will be able to cut this open and still have a medium rare brisket. So I didn't want to put a whole lot of more seasoning on there, just enough to kind of replace what was taken off by the juices in the bag. All right, guys, let's get it over to the smoker, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so you can see I got the Rectech Bullseye sitting right at 225. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rack with the pan in the rack right in there. Gonna go ahead and put this right dead center in the middle of the brisket so we can monitor the internal temp. Close this bad boy up, and we're gonna get some smoke to this. Hopefully in about an hour, hour and a half or so, this will be nice and smoky, still medium rare, nice and tender. We'll cut into it. All right, looking forward to this A5 Wagyu brisket flat for Christmas. I'll be back, guys. All right, all. It's been right about 2 hours or so, maybe a little bit more, but the internal temp of that A5 Wagyu brisket is right up to about 127. I don't want to overshoot it, so I thought I'd give you a look at it here. Make sure you get a good peek. It's an awesome looking brisket. I'm hoping that it's at least a little bit medium rare when we open it up. So I'll be right back when we're cutting this thing open. I'll be back. All right, guys, that A5 Japanese Wagyu is done, and I can see which way the grain is going. It's going this way. But look at that. Check it out. We're gonna cut this open. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right in the middle, just so we can see if it is indeed medium rare still. Oh, cuts just like butter. Take a look at that. Wow, look at that medium rare. That is medium rare A5 Wagyu brisket. It's been sous vide for 24 hours and then smoked for about 2.5. Check that out, guys. Make it so we can get a good picture of this. Now I've had medium rare smoked brisket before, cooked sous vide, but never the A5. So I want to make sure I document this. I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece off right here. A normal piece that you would a regular brisket. Check out all that marbling, guys. All that fat still hasn't been marbled yet or rendered. Check that out. Wait, cut it. Wow. It literally melts in your mouth. That is amazing. It's very expensive, of course, so it's not something you're going to do every day, but something you want to do for Christmas or New Year's or some special event like a wedding, anniversary. Check it out, guys. A5 Wagyu Brisket Flat. I got this one on Crowd Cow. There'll be a link below to this one I got. This is a 4-pounder. Check it out. Check out the Fire and Water Cooking Edible Creations black garlic and coffee seasoning as well to go with it. Oh, I'm going to go finish making dinner so everybody can try this. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I'll see you again on the next Fire and Water cooking video. But right now, I got to go get this ready to eat. See you later, guys.